My brother thinks I slept with his wife just because we hooked up. I mean, my nephew does look a lot like me, but then I found out the truth.
You know, it's just a one-time thing.
I don't even know how this all started, but that seems to be what he thinks now. Only because I, 30 male, was in a relationship with his wife, Maeve, 30 female, when we were freshmen until our junior year of high school. My brother, 32 male, and I weren't in each other's lives at the time because he was living with our mom a few hours away, and I was with my dad, so he never knew about me and Maeve.
Yikes.
They started dating years later. It was weird once we all knew, but I told my brother if he loves her, then just go for it. At the time, I was already with someone else. Also, I'd moved on from having any feelings for Maeve. Now they're married. My nephew is 7. Now suddenly he told the whole family he's staying at his friend's house because he has strong reason to believe my nephew isn't his kid. He only thinks I'm my nephew's father because he looks a lot like me. Then again, I'm an exact copy of my dad, while my brother definitely looks more like my mom. So I don't know why he isn't accusing him too. Accuse my dad. He won't tell me why he's questioning paternity out of nowhere. Maeve's only said they had a misunderstanding during an argument. Your brother's always been better in bed. Now this is what's in his head, but won't give us any more details. The last time we talked, he told me he wants a paternity test to prove it. The fact that he believes I'd do something like that alone angered me enough to call him an effing idiot for not understanding how genetics work. I put a lot of emphasis on how much of a dumbass I think he is for the thought alone, so that's why I'm here wondering. My dad told me my brother is clearly going through something. His mind probably isn't clear, so to insult his intelligence like that was going way too far. My brother obviously seems to think I'm an asshole too, hence why I'm asking if this is accurate at all. John, there is an update, but I gotta know, do you think OP is an a-hole for calling his brother a dumb motherfucker?
It's just such a big accusation.
Not sure if anyone still cares. I know a few wanted an update about this. We did, so thank you. The whole thing was a lot crazier than I originally thought. Even if the final judgment said I wasn't the asshole, I still apologize anyways for insulting him just so that my hands are completely clean of this.
Smart.
But I told my brother how hurtful it is that he doubt my word. Instead of trying to ask me, he outright accused me of having an affair with his wife and fathering a child with her. If he seriously thinks it was me, then I'd do the test. But he better get used to not having me around because we are done after this. Clearly, the test came back showing I'm not the father, only showing what percentage of DNA we share given that we're uncle and nephew. Not only that, a day after posting this, I'd reached out to Maeve again demanding to know what this whole thing started from. Pretty much, he suspected she was having an affair because one time he came to her work and she wasn't there. Later on that day, she acted like she did go, but he never told her he stopped by. In reality, she had to consult with a lawyer because she's getting a divorce. But he didn't know about the divorce at the time. My brother still thought she was maybe cheating and he went through her stuff, and Maeve admitted that my brother found her personal journal. She didn't want to tell my family the details about the fight because it was regarding what he read from her journal, and some of the stuff was about her still having feelings for me. Even though she said in her journal she never wrote it to sound like we were having an affair, she was only admitting to still being in love and feeling guilty about being with him only for my nephew's sake. I heard my brother's side too once he was more calm. He too admitted that it got to his head when really nothing in the journal said anything about us. While now I can understand his feelings about what was going on, I still can't forgive the way he acted. Again, he never asked to hear my side before jumping to accusations, which is what happens time and time again on this show. People accuse shit and no one backs anything up.
Nobody.
Like, freaking investigate. He did apologize for it. Maeve did too for unintentionally dragging me into this because she didn't want anyone to find out about her feelings. I needed a day to unplug just to process everything. As far as I know, my brother still hasn't come back to their house. Maeve is still moving forward with the divorce process. Whole thing is a mess. My mom keeps trying to push me to talk to my brother because he feels bad how he treated me, but I already set my condition for doing the paternity test. If he's so sure that I'd be the kind of brother to betray him that way, then we have no business having a relationship. For now, that's what I'm sticking to. She told me she wanted to divorce because it wasn't fair to have feelings for someone else and not feel anything for him. Let me know what you would do if you were the brother, especially like, would you cut contact if your sibling was like, I think you're lying, take the paternity test? Or would you give him another chance because he's not thinking clearly? Let me know in the comments what you would do. But John, what do you think?
Everyone in these stories is always like, no contact, divorce. Like, I would still want to try to talk and kind of figure out more.
It's really complicated,
Yeah, and the brother was totally unjustified. Yeah. Also, OP totally didn't deserve it. But at the same time, I don't know if I want to jump to just like, you are out of my life.
Let us know what you think, though.
I bought the family's dream beach house, but I used my daughter's $85,000 inheritance to do it. She's mad for some reason. Am I the a-hole?
Baby girl, I'm giving you a present by taking your money.
I, 50 female, lost my husband 4 years ago. I also have a 16-year-old daughter. My late husband left me everything and told me to trust his lawyer. My husband had worked for 20 years as a doctor and did some minor investing, so I inherited over 7 figures.
Damn, OP's a millionaire.
A year later, I decided to list our home of 12 years, and I received an offer too good to refuse. With the inheritance as well as the influx of cash from selling the house, I decided to move my daughter and I to Malibu because we'd always dreamed of a home next to the beach, but my husband was exceptionally tight-fisted and called homes their money pits.
I mean, yeah. Malibu is one of the most expensive areas ever.
We found a beautiful home by the sea. I never personally handled anything regarding buying a home before, so I did not anticipate all the extra costs beyond the sticker price. My daughter was so excited, so I decided to go for it. My late husband's lawyer was furious at my decision, so I decided to stop taking his calls. I ended up signing with the money manager who said that we'd be passively earning 90% of what surgeons earned per year.
That sounds pretty good.
But the money manager ended up tanking a lot of our investments. Oh, OP.
Who would have thought?
I took the dwindling money out and made my own investments. And long story short, because of all of that, I now only have around $35,000 available to me now, not to mention our debts. With the amount available to me, I am looking at only being able to pay 1 month of a mortgage / upkeep. And then I'm basically out of luck until my business gets clients.
OP, how could you fumble the ball that bad?
However, the place where we do have a significant amount of money is the fund my husband started for our daughter. With the money there, I could prevent our credit cards from being shut down and not have to worry about the mortgage for many more months.
No, OP, no.
I ended up liquidating my daughter's college fund. I told her about it today, and she was furious and said she cannot believe all her dad's work is gone. She also said she won't be supporting me for retirement. Am I the a-hole for trying to fix my mistakes and trying to keep our house?
Yes, you're the a-hole. It's her money. It's her money.
When you come into money like that, it is on you to be responsible and really think about what you're going to do with this money. Like probably the financial advisor was like, you need to stop spending like this because you're going to burn through all your money.
The lawyer was like, dude, what are you doing? And she's like, click. Am I the a-hole for getting a man fired for what he said to my toddler? I'm the 1/3 owner of a company with 2 friends from college, Mike and Eric. I run the technology side of things, so I'm not the face of the company. Nerd. So I rarely go into the office. I have a 4-year-old daughter whose father is Mike. We have never been in a relationship and chose to co-parent our daughter. So you have a company together, you banged, but you're not in a relationship.
Wow. That is quite an interesting dynamic.
Mike got into a car wreck and required surgery. Eric was out of town. My nanny is on holiday, so it's me taking care of my daughter and trying to run a company. There's a project that Mike's working on in the office, and I have to grab it and a portable server. My daughter is already upset because she knows her dad is hurt. Getting her loaded into the car to go into the office was messy. She refused to wear matching boots and is in an elf outfit.
I love that so much.
That's so bad. At this point, I'm like, whatever, let's go. The whole time in the car, though, she's crying and upset. I get her to calm down because I told her we would grab some things from work. I meet with our VP of operations, Adam, and everything is fine and dandy until my daughter realizes she left her dinosaurs in the car.
No.
She will not be appeased. We are in Adam's office trying to get everything together to take to my home office. My kiddo will not stop crying because Sarah, the dinosaur, is in the car alone.
Sarah, dinosaur, 1 million female.
She said Sarah might not be able to breathe. Adam and I are like, it's okay. Sarah is fine. I'm mortified and want to get my kid back in the car and home. Adam has to run to the IT department to grab a few more things for me. My daughter is in total toddler meltdown over Sarah, the dinosaur. A man walks by and tells me to shut my kid up. This is an office, not a daycare.
Oh.
You said to shut the hell up to the wrong 1/3 owner of this company.
Yeah.
I've had it. I told him this wouldn't be his job if it weren't for this child's father or me, and he could be the one to shut up and find a new job. Clap back. I feel like also that comment came from like a sexist place too. Like, I don't think he would say that to a dude. What do you think?
I agree.
Let us know if you think it's sexist by putting you're a raging sexist in the comments. Adam comes back and the man starts yelling at Adam about how he's trying to work and my kid and I won't shut up. He told Adam he needed to get me out of the office. I'm like, this is my office. And if you don't like it, you can leave.
For real.
Adam agrees and says, I'm the owner and there's nothing he can do. The man walks back to his desk. Adam tells me he will handle it, wishes me good luck with the project, and sends my daughter out. Adam fired the man for insubordination because the situation did not get better after I left, and he made some sexist remarks about women in business. I freaking called it.
Sam
sexist.
called it.
Sexist. I get it. It wasn't my best day, but I'm trying to run a company and take care of my daughter in a stressful time. The man was rude, and to be honest, no matter who I was, he shouldn't be telling a child to shut up. So, is OP the a-hole? Put your answers in the comments right now. I want to see those answers. Or if you don't want to do some long drawn out comment, just type in sexist if you think this dude's being sexist.
That's right.
But John, what do you think? Is OP the a-hole?
Yeah, this guy, totally sexist, totally the a-hole. Just like,
do you think he deserves to be fired?
Maybe it's worth a chance to give him a chance to see what happens from there, because it was just one remark.
It depends what he said also afterwards too.
Yeah,
like
we
if
don't
he said
know
more
exactly.
After,
oh,
I would
yeah,
be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, maybe not. But yeah, let us know. Is OP the a-hole? Is this guy who's telling his kid to shut up the a-hole? Put your answers in the comments right now. My cousin blew up on me because I'm training her brat kids like dogs. Somebody had to tame those beasts. Am I the a-hole? My cousin Amy, 25 female, has 6 male twins and has a nasty habit of dumping them onto relatives to babysit for the entire day without any warning or regard for their time.
Come on.
I, 27 female, have a very strained relationship with her, but because my mom's side of the family demands that we all remain close-knit, I have no choice but to tolerate her. When she initially gave birth to them, she teased me that I'll have to take on babysitting duties from now on. I'm no good with kids, so I remarked to her that if I ever have them, I'll train them, not babysit. She brushed me off.
Train them?
The kids now are hella destructive and loud, pulling out stuffing inside furniture, holes inside walls, smashing anything glass and porcelain, screaming louder than a fire alarm. You name it. They sound like little Tasmanian devils.
Yeah.
When it was my first turn to deal with them, I immediately walked with them to the store and grabbed the biggest bag of M&Ms I could find and trained them so that every time they follow my orders and behave, they get one. If they misbehave, I get one. Wait, this is kind of genius.
This is wild.
This is genius.
I love this.
Soon enough, every time the kids were dumped on me, they went with my guidelines and behaved. Whenever I say sit, they sit at the table.
No.
When I say stay, they don't leave that spot, etc. 2 days ago, there was a party planned with the whole extended family. I know pandemic, didn't want to, but mom insisted. And I grabbed the M&Ms since the twins were there. Once they arrived, the twins were being so destructive. An entire tray of food was spilled. So destructive, in fact, that all the adults had had enough and yelled at Amy to control them. She vomited the same excuse of them just being kids and they'll grow out of it eventually. I don't want them to grow out eventually. I want them to behave right now.
Yep.
I shouted the twins' names, Rufus, Hunter. I don't know if that's their actual names, but
I like these names.
And shook my M&M bag. Here are the treats, Rufus, Hunter. They came running over and I popped 6 pieces into my mouth for their misbehavior. I told them to go clean up the mess or no candy all night. They do so.
Bro.
Halfway through the party, every time something similar came up or they weren't behaving, I was the one able to calm them down. When Amy saw what I was doing, she got angry and started yelling at me how her children aren't animals and that I shouldn't be giving them so much candy anyway. I told her that I'm their aunt, not their parent. Why am I the one disciplining them?
Ooh.
Why am I the one disciplining them? 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 Why am I the one But honestly, the fact that OP's able to discipline them, like not using any force, not being mean, all she's doing is eating M&Ms.
Literally. And like not even like just one at a time.
Yeah.
That's nothing.
That's nothing. It's barely any candy.
Yeah.
She screamed the same argument at me, and since she's their mother, to stop giving them candy. One of the twins overheard and went ape shit, dashed straight into the kitchen and started shattering anything they could get his hands on, shouting over and over that he wants candy. His twin joined him soon after. They sound fucking terrible. I repeated that she's their mother and just sat in the living room watching it all unfold.
There we go.
At the end, Amy blamed me for them turning out this way. The other relatives she dumped them on, a majority disagreed. But when I told a friend about the situation, he told me that the training I did can really fuck up kids mentally later in life. So, am I the a-hole? John, is OP the a-hole for training those little gremlins like dogs?
Okay, so I actually am so intrigued by this method. Like this
Seems like a great method.
and it's wild because I've never heard of it before. I think that as far as like something like hey, clean up your plate after you eat. Hey, did you do your homework tonight? Like different like normal human behaviors, I guess. It's like, yeah, that's a great like reward system.
Yeah. And like people will do like, hey, you can watch 15 minutes of TV if like.
Exactly. Like there is a version of that exists. And especially for like really young kids, like toddlers, if it's like, hey, don't throw your bowl on the ground. And then if you eat a whole meal without throwing your bowl on the ground, then you get some M&Ms at the end or a dessert, whatever.
I definitely wouldn't I wouldn't train my kids like that. If you give your kids like, it's like, Hunter, you did good, M&M. But what I want to know is like, have you had your own mischievous children?
Ooh.
And how did you handle parenting them?
Yeah.
Or have you ever seen like someone with crazy kids that didn't know how to control them and like what did they do?
What's your M&M method?
See you soon.